It's a rather chilly morning here at the Cottonwood Lakes trailhead. Mom and Dad and Cheryl are going to be off to Vegas later today for a Shania Twain concert, so I decided to come up here and have a little afternoon with the doggies. Probably my last trip in the Sierras for this year. Going to take a little tour through the Cottonwood Lakes basin and try to come back the fun way like I did after Cirque Peak. Here's the stream crossing where we should be coming back later today. Although that could get a little tricky. A few minutes into this hike I realized the GPS batteries were dead when I thought they were freshly charged, so they're the only ones I brought. So I'm going to be testing my map navigation skills today. Looks like there's still plenty of water in this stream too. Second one we cross. Doggies don't mind getting a little wet, even though it's still a little chilly. Arrived at the turnoff to Muir Lake. Looks like the dogs are up there ahead, already running around this meadow. That should be Cirque Peak up there. That one is what divides New Army and Old Army passes. Up there is Langley. Yep, they're having fun. Arriving at Muir Lake. Trail up here gets a little faint, but luckily there's lots of rock stacks to guide you up here, which is especially helpful when you don't have any kind of navigational tool like I'm used to. A little breezy up here. Guess that's not deterring him from going in the water and getting wet. My goodness, what a dirty dog. Just cruising around the lake nice and easy. No surprise the lake level looks a little bit down. Go get it, Candy. Ready? Go get it! Atta girl. Just about circled all the way around the lake. Now I'm going to attempt to find a lake that probably won't be there in a dry year. So I'm going to head off this way up the hill a little ways. Well, I may not find the little tiny lake. At least the going through here is pretty easy. It's like Old Army Pass should be just about coming into view. There's Old Army Pass. I think this next cirque up is called Navy Pass. And there's the even steeper cirque even closer to Mount Langley. That looks like Cottonwood Lake number 3, which we should be going by later. Definitely looks like there could be a lake or two up here. Have to explore it some other time. Terrain continues to be very nice. Looks like lots of rocks and boulders, but there's plenty of nice dirt paths between them. Haven't really done any boulder hopping to speak of. This is the direction I've come from. Came out of the forest and I'm going to try and cross this willow area. You can see what I think might be the unnumbered Cottonwood Lake that's kind of drying up down there. That might be Cirque Peak, or it might be the next one down. I think I hear some more water running. There's Navy Pass. And that's the way to Langley. Well, the hard way to Langley. And here I was worried all the streams would be dried up. I don't know where this is coming from, but I don't think it's coming from lake number 5, because that's still over this way. That down there might qualify as one of the puddles around here. Not necessarily one of the ones I was looking for. We'll see if we can't get around this seemingly looking boulder field without having to cross the boulders. Looks somewhat promising in this direction. Up there might be lake number 6. Candy just managed to climb up something I didn't think she'd be able to. That's lake number 5. And the doggies found their way down to Cottonwood Lake number 5. Despite the breeze that's kicked up, they seem to be happy to get wet again. Not having a problem finding sticks that we're going to get. Interesting little rock garden over here, possibly to play in when it was warmer. There is a bit of an obvious use trail through here. It kind of helps to guide you through the more bouldery and bushy parts. It definitely looks like you'll be boulder hopping to get up to lake number 6. Just had a little photo shoot with the dogs out on this rock. Some little water birds happily paddling away from the dogs. Time for a little break. I've come around the other side of lake number 5 a little bit. Found a nice rock to sit on to enjoy some lunch. Brought along my little waste pack today. And I was very happy that I could fit a little Ziploc bag of frozen water along with a Vaughn sandwich and a milkshake. In addition to my usual complement of bars, some Skittles, and treats for the dogs too. May be small, but it holds quite a bit. There's my Vaughn sandwich. I got it on a special roll that I picked out at the bakery. It almost looks like a hamburger bun. It's a turkey bacon avocado with ranch and onions. A little while ago I noticed those ducks had returned to the shore. Now they've come over here. That was a very good lunch. Don't know what happened to the ducks again. I think last time I looked they were headed back the other way. My pack's a lot lighter now. I dumped off the rest of the ice. So no Langley today. Time to head on back. Hey girl. Wow, good thing I didn't try to eat lunch here. Pretty windy. Alright, time to head on down to number 3. Yep, still some flow between the lakes. There's lake number 3. So there's a sign here saying trail to the left. But I think that heads the opposite direction of what I want to go. There's a use trail that stays close to the lake. At the far end of number 3, saying goodbye. There's Langley up there again. There's lake number 1. Looks like there's more of those birds out there, although they're more scattered, not in one big flock. The trail to New Army Pass should be over there at the base of that little hill. So we'll be taking that up this way a little ways. There's Cirque Peak and Lake number 2. I think this is still lake number 2. A lot of those birds here. This sure looks like a mean boulder field. Luckily they skirted the trail around it, so it's pretty easy going. Looks like we should be approaching Long Lake. It too has some outflow. The sign says the trail goes left, but there's a use trail going this way. Maybe it goes all the way around the lake. I think I'll try that first. Believe it or not, the flowers have not given up yet. Got some red heather. Not just a couple either. Well, it's not as long as the South Lake, Long Lake. That one just seems to take forever to get around. My map shows 2 lakes. Looks like that's all that's left of the second one. Somewhere up there is New Army Pass. Probably more over this way. Oh, I think Bud's getting tired. He's beginning to nest. That's fine. We're making good time. We can take a break soon. Here's the outflow of High Lake. Looks clean enough. I dipped one of my bottles in. Now I should have plenty of water for the rest of the day. Wow, can't you just push yourself all the way through these thick bushes? I think I'll find an easier way around. Another nice little area. We came through the trees right here and stumbled across the main trail. Not too bad. Looks like the birds are starting to drift towards this way. Yep, that was a nice little excursion. So now we'll head down to the South Fork Lakes and then Cirque Lake. On the way up, I spotted a little use trail coming down to the side of the hill here. Hoping it'll take me to these lakes. There is a lake right over there. That should be the first of the South Fork Lakes. So I guess these are the South Fork Lakes. That's the one I went by earlier. There's another one. And there might be another one down there. Looks like mostly just grass though. I think I'm going to turn now and try to head over this hill and find Cirque Lake. This appears to be the trail. The trail over to Cirque Lake. So I guess I'll follow it and see where it goes. There's Cirque Lake. Had to go over a little hill to get here. But having looked at the topo beforehand, I was kind of expecting that. So we'll be headed off down that way eventually. So goodbye Cottonwood Lakes and Langley up there. New Army Pass should be there. And there's Cirque Peak. I think we'll try to circle this one too, just for fun. Looks pretty easy. Pretty neat little lake. Some rock islands to swim out to. Not today though. There's even a few of the birds out here. Those are the only three I see right now. Still getting the sticks. Can't bring them up on shore though. Well, we had another nice little break here at the base of Cirque Peak and Cirque Lake. I think it's time to head on back. Just head down this way, and that big wall on the right will keep me from going too far that way. That and kind of stay next to the creek. Somebody else came down here earlier. I don't know where they went. That got the dogs growling. Taking some advice from my last trip through here, I got across the stream when it started to flow pretty quickly. As I think there's a drop-off coming up, and for now it's better to be on the right side. Pretty easy going through here. Looks like I can get a last look at Langley. Well, here's the stream we're supposed to be following. I don't remember crossing it last time, but my map shows the trail right on the other side. So I'll go check that out. Yeah, there we go. This looks like a trail. See where this goes. Normally you don't want to see horse poop, but in this case it signifies that this is fairly heavily traveled by horses. That meadow out there looks kind of familiar. I think I remember stomping through there and having to go up and down a few times. The trail over here is definitely faster. Another kind of wide meadow. Another little stream dripping down here, and there's even a little log bridge. A flattened log bridge. This trail is definitely legit. There's an old log cabin. May not quite be big enough to stand up in. I think we've arrived back on the main trail. The trail I was on started to get a little bit faint. And there's this log jam here. Of course, the log jam lines the trail for a long ways. Crossing should be just down there. So just after the crossing, look off to the left. Doesn't look like much at first, but it gets better. Looks like the trail's about to go around a corner. Yep, we're here at the crossing. Last chance to get a drink and get wet. Hopefully not too wet so they can dry when we get back to the car. So I guess last time I came out somewhere about here. So just a little bit further down the trail is where you want to take off. Alright guys, back to the car we go. Yay, we're back to the car, and yay, the car is right there. See if they go to the right one this time. Looks like it. Now, since I don't have my GPS to tell me how far we went, I would guess between 14 and 15 miles. We left about 8 o'clock and got back about 4:45, 4:50, according to my car stereo. So, time to head on home.